Let's write our next Python program. Accept the lengths of three sides of a triangle. Verify that the segments of lengths given actually are capable of forming a triangle and evaluate the area of the triangle. So let's start off. Let's first define a function which will accept the three sides of a triangle as parameters, and then it will check whether it actually is possible for us to form a triangle from these three lengths. Okay, so is triangle within brackets, let's accept these three parameters. Now let's say it is possible to form a triangle, and now we will do the checking. If a is less than or equal to 0, or b is less than or equal to 0, or c is less than or equal to 0, then let's say triangle is equal to false, capital F. Okay, and we would also like to display a meaningful error message. So error is equal to, within quotes, let's leave it blank. Now here we will say error is equal to, within quotes, the lengths cannot be 0 or less. Now the second condition is, if a plus b is less than or equal to 0, sorry, c, or b plus c is less than or equal to a, or b, no, not b, a plus c is less than or equal to b. In that case, again triangle equal to false. And the error message we will add is, and this we will add it to the previous error if that was if one of the parameters was also a negative number. So for that, what we'll do is we will say error plus, and within quotes we will say the sum of any two sides cannot be less than or equal to the third side. And since we don't want, if the kind of parameters, the entries that the user has made contains both the conditions as false, then these two messages should be displayed on different lines. So let's put a new line here. Finally, we will return what? Triangle. Now the second is, we have to define a function for calculating the area, and this will again take these through they take these three parameters. Okay, and here we are going to use the Heron's formula. Okay, so here first we have to evaluate the semi perimeter, that is a plus b plus c divided by 2, and then we will say return math dot square root dot sqrt, and then pressing the tab will automatically include this import math statement. Okay, and Heron's formula says that this should be s times s minus a times s minus b, and again times s minus c. So we have defined both these two functions. And now let's define mean. Again, remember we have to give two lines as line spacing. Now s1 is equal to float input, enter the length of the first side, and now let's copy paste this and again paste this. So this becomes s2 and second, and this becomes third. This will be s3. Now we will call this function. is valid, and the result of the function call, we will store it in is valid is equal to, and here remember we also have the error strings. So let the function pass error also back. So we have got two values being returned. So that will be stored in is valid, and the error message, error error message is equal to call to the function is triangle, and we pass S1, S2, S3, and then we check if is valid. Then what? Print the length provided does make a triangle. Then we print, and we print a formatted string. The area of the triangle so formed is, and now we show a embedded function call to area, to which again we pass s1 comma s2 comma s3, and finally closing the bracket. Now we also have to put a double quote, closing the double quote. Okay, now print. Now we have already printed the error, the function area. So now else, now this else is for uh, is valid equal to false. It is not a valid triangle. So now we will print f, and we will play the error message that was returned back. Error message. Now we will call the main function. This is the code. Now just check from top to bottom whether we have any warnings or errors shown by the pie chart. Okay, nothing. So now let's run this. Uh-oh, printf line 33. So 33 is this. So here somewhere there is a problem. This is not this. This is going to be flower braces. And let's see what happens. Now let's run this again. F string closing parenthesis does not match opening parenthesis. Oh, okay, okay. Here again there has to be a closing parenthesis for the function call. Okay, now let's run that. So let's take 3, 4, 5. The length provided does make a triangle. The area of the triangle so formed is 6.0. Great. Now let's run it again, and now let's give it a different set of number 2, 3, 4. The length but does make a triangle. But now it is giving in so many decimal places. So which again doesn't make sense. So colon point to F to 2 decimal places. So 2, 3, 4, yes, 2.90. Okay, now let's try for those error messages. -2, 3, 4. The length cannot be 0 or less. The sum of any two sides cannot be less than or equal to the third area. Okay, so that means both the conditions are being satisfied. 12, 3, 4. Now you see the first, the length cannot be 0 or less is not being shown. Only this error message is being shown. Okay, so that was figuring out the area of a triangle. That's it. Bye.